Okay.
But she's a lot younger and a lot braver then. Let's go. Walk down here. Yes, this is fine. This will do wonders for my back and my posture,
Yeah.
I'm sure. Absolutely. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Meet the Dog. I'm Chris, and this is Aniela, and with us today is Tasha. Tasha is from the Tribbles litter, born back on March 2022, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, it was March. I know it's 2022. Yes, it was March. So she is probably like, what, 2.5 years now?
No,
Something
she's-
like that?
No.
A year and a half?
She's like a year and a half.
Year and a half.
Like a little over a year and a half. She'll be
Year and
two
a half.
next
So
month.
she's a year and a half now. Her parents were Sir Richard and Bianca. She is weighing, and I want to say she's what? I think like 110-ish. She's around the same size as Emma. Emma's like 112, and she's a little bit smaller than Emma, so I think she's in that 110 range. One of these days I'll find the weight chart, wherever it's gone to. One of these days. She eats twice a day, 3 cups each. She's been doing very well in her training. The past couple of entries, she hasn't had any issues with any noticeable issues. She's been doing well in her pacing, her braces. I think really the only thing has been that she's still anxious around traffic. She's not doing super well around traffic, which, to be fair, a lot of them are like that. That's kind of a common issue, is the anxiety, especially with traffic.
I did notice a ton of improvement with her pace and just on leash when I was bringing her over here.
Oh yeah,
She did
absolutely.
so good.
She has improved quite a bit. She's doing very, very well. Even we were talking about it earlier, her recall has gotten a bit better.
Yeah.
So I think I talked about it a bit last time. But she likes to play this game with us when we're trying to kennel her up, or she just won't kennel up. It's like a game of keep away, where she's keeping away from the kennel. So she has been doing that a lot, but recently she's been a bit better about it. She's been kenneling up more consistently. She'll still do it from time to time, where she tries to turn into a game. Recently I've been trying to actually play with her when she does that, while still trying to get her in, and that's been working pretty well. Kind of like herding her in while still kind of like jumping around, trying to play with her, and she seems to respond pretty well to that. She knows her recall. She absolutely knows her recall.
She knows exactly what she's doing.
She knows exactly what she's doing, and that's also the problem, is she knows exactly what she's doing.
I have like a different method of going about it. When she starts doing that, I just totally abandon the game. I'm like, okay, I'm not playing this.
You see, I have done that, and it's never worked for me.
She always ends up going right into her kennel after I turn my back.
It has never worked for me. Anytime I try that, she's all like, oh, all right, I guess I just get to stay out here. So that's never worked for me. So the things that have worked for me is that, and letting her into the feed room. If I let her into the feed...
She knows what she's doing. She's got different methods with different people.
She's very smart. She's very smart.
Very smart.
I think a huge part of it is she doesn't, and this is something that always sets her off, is when she sees leashes. Because she did it to me today, because I had kenneled her a couple times today, and the first time she did it fine, and I didn't have my leash on me. The second time I had my leash around my, hanging around my neck, and she one look at it and she bolted. And I think it's just because she thinks, I don't know if this is the reason, but I think she thinks that we're going to give her ivermectin or frontline.
Yeah.
Because we always have to leash her up for that, because she hates it. So I really think she's starting to associate our leashes, the kennel assistant's leashes, with the ivermectin and frontline.
Especially the front line.
Especially the front line. Oh, she hates it. But she has been improving with that. She hasn't been doing it as much.
It's such a scary, in-depth procedure.
Oh yeah, so the front line's terrifying. Yeah. Oh my god, I can't believe that we put them through that like once a month. How dare we?
There's a little goop on your back. Oh no.
So as you can see, we've got plenty of stories about Tasha. So I'm going to open up some questions about Miss Tasha, who's being very good right now. Good girl.
She loves attention.
Yes.
She wants to be a little diva just like her mom.
They all the Tribbles take after their mom.
Oh yes.
Except for Crusher, who takes after Trip and Bianca, and that's a combination. Hoo boy. Just a little note I forgot to mention up top. So obviously we're in here today. That's because it's very cold in the arena. Also, I've been informed that we have had some comments that there's been a buzzing sound from the arena microphone. We did replace the microphone today. Potentially next week we'll be testing that out to see if that helps. If it doesn't, then it might just be the connector cable itself and not the microphone.
The arena's also being used too.
That's true. Karen is also training. I completely forgot. Karen's training puppies in the arena right now. So you know what? All worked out. Man, I'm so smart for coming in here. I'm just such a genius. This is exactly what I planned the entire time.
Is it the microphone or is it the cable that we got replaced?
It's the microphone that we replaced.
Okay.
If that doesn't work, then it's definitely the connector cable, which that is like, that's going to be an operation like above me. I have no idea how we're going to replace that because that thing is like bracketed in along the wall.
It can't be that hard.
Probably not. It seems like it's going to be a lot of effort though.
It's just taken down and restapling like an XLR. You gotta not staple it too hard. Way off top.
We got a question. How is she doing on overnights? I have not taken Tasha for any overnights. Have you taken Tasha for an overnight?
I have not.
I should totally take Tasha for an overnight. She gets along very well with Emma.
She does.
I mean, there's work being done on my place right now, so I can't right now.
Weren't you saying that you wanted to do it, but you were gonna like move? And then
Yeah. Now we're moved, and now there's work being done on the place. I absolutely, once that's done, I should at least for one of the nights that we're not having more work done, I should totally take Tasha home and see how she does. I can't imagine she'd do poorly. She's such a sweet girl. I imagine she'd probably do pretty. I think she'd be very anxious at first, but I think once she'd warm up to the place and the people, I think she'd do fine. Because she's a very good-natured, sweet girl. She really is, and I think once she kind of warms, she needs time to warm up to a place.
Yeah,
But I think when she gets enough attention, she'll be just like her mother, where she'll be fine. Yeah. So no overnights for Tasha just yet. At least none that I can remember at the very least. But hopefully I can try that in the future once my home's in a bit of a more stable situation. Because I'm sure Ella would love
She
that.
had an overnight more recently with someone. I just totally cannot remember.
Was it her, Naomi?
I'm not sure.
Because I know like months ago Naomi went with like Kate and Bello for like a night. I don't think she's gone on an overnight. Cause I'm trying to think of who's gone on overnights recently. I know Spock's gone on an overnight. Spock went with Emmeline, and then Emmeline also took, was it Winnie?
Jet.
Yeah, it was Jet.
I also want to take Jet or Winnie on an overnight. That'd be fun.
They seem
Or
very
maybe Alfred too.
Alfred, yeah.
I don't think he.
Here's the thing though, Alfred would absolutely pee in your house.
Oh, he'd be in
He
my
would
house.
100%. First thing he does when he gets in your house, Alfred would pee in the house.
I'm like, that's fine with me. Just don't, like, I don't know, knock the TV over or something, Bert.
Oh, I forgot about Bert knocking the TV over. Completely forgot about that. Yeah, so Alfred would be good, but he would absolutely pee in your house, which is what Fred did when he the first thing, both times I took Fred for an overnight, first thing he did was pee in the house.
Oh, yeah.
Tasha, you wouldn't pee in the house. You would not pee in the house. You wouldn't. What are you staring at? What do you see? What do you see with your dog eyes, Tasha?
She saw someone walk by.
Oh, I didn't. I did. I was looking at Tasha, and she was looking there, and I can only imagine they were looking at me, so we can complete the triangle.
Tasha, hey.
I was right. This is doing wonders for my back.
Pretty bad.
This is a great place
Sit
to
on
freeze.
Veranda. They're really comfortable.
Oh, I'm sure. I've sat on them before, actually. I sat on them with Emma during Dogfest one time when she was having a meltdown because it was Dogfest and there was a lot of people here. What else? Some other fun facts about Tasha while we wait for some more questions. I don't know if it's just because the internet's slow right now that I'm not getting many questions, or if we're just having a slow night. But obviously, Tasha was definitely one of the more recognizable of the Tribbles litter with her whole like Braveheart face paint going on. Some people have also compared it to the Phantom of the Opera mask. I think it looks more like the Braveheart face paint though. She was also one of the only. No, there were 3 Merles in that litter. Because it was Kirk, Deanna, and Tasha. I think were the only Merles in that litter, right?
Yeah.
Because everyone else in that litter, because it was either black or a mantle. Yeah, because it was only Spock was the mantle, and the 3 Merles, everyone else was black. Right? I think that's what it was.
Yeah, because
I remember
Wesley had the no smudge, Jordy looked like Crusher, and Naomi looked like Crusher, and Jordy, because they were all black. And
yeah, I remember the one overnight I did with them.
Riker.
It was Riker! How can I forget Riker?
How can we forget Riker?
How could I forget Riker?
Shame
Shame on me. Yeah.
What he's doing? Have we heard anything about how he's doing?
He's doing well. We got a couple updates. I think he has like a Facebook page now. I think actually, I'm pretty sure he's one of the ones that has like a Facebook page.
If I can hunt down Riker's Facebook page.
Crafty asks, how do they train in the cold weather? So right now it's cold enough that they can manage it. Once it starts getting a bit colder, I think some of them will be a bit more reluctant to train. Tasha I think she's usually pretty fine. She's probably not going to be thrilled. But thankfully they've got those fur coats, so they won't be too adverse to it.
Your hair, you're not gonna get chilly.
Yeah, you're not going to get chilly. I don't know, it is New England, it gets pretty chilly.
Tasha-sized puffer jacket.
What are you looking at now? Is there more people out there?
Just watching It's going back and forth.
Oh, is Kara trying to pop into the side?
No, just somebody else she's watching.
Oh, yeah. We do have a
Crazy.
grand view of Puppy Hill, don't we?
Yeah, we do. She does. She's got the best view.
Tasha does have the best view of Puppy Hill right now. Don't you, Tasha?
Very interesting.
Alright, I'm going to give it a few more minutes for some last minute questions about Miss Tasha. Who's been very good. Hey girl, we should, now that we don't have any dogs in the puppy room, we should start doing it in here more often.
Yeah.
Depending on how the new mic works, we might have to be doing them in here more often. Girl, Tasha.
She's so soft.
She is very soft. She's definitely one of the softer dogs.
Those are super soft though.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that overnight I did was a nightmare keeping track of them. I was trying to learn their names during that overnight. And I got like, I think I got the obvious ones: Spock, Riker, Deanna, Tasha. Those were the obvious ones. And then you had Wesley, Geordi, Naomi. Kirk was already gone at that point, I think. When is it?
I knew Spock, Tasha, and Kirk, and that was pretty much it. Because
I
I also
had
had to learn the rest of the dogs'
Crusher,
names
and then Crusher. I
all
forgot
the
Crusher.
humans' names, so I was just...
Well, because because I could get Crusher down because he had the white tip on his tail. Yes, he had the white tip on his tail. And Wesley had the smudge on his nose. Naomi and Geordi were the nightmare duo because you could not tell them apart. I don't think that that entire night I don't think I was able to tell them apart. And even as they got older, I had to literally.
We're pretty lucky Naomi and Geordi know their own names separately.
Yes, but I didn't find a way to tell them apart. It was like one very specific thing was that I think it was Geordi had 2 black dots on one of his front feet.
Oh yeah, he had those little slash.
He had like the little, just like he had a semicolon on his front paw.
It was like a line and a dash and a little slash. It was like the.
I don't know. Either way, he had that on his front paw, and that's how I always told them apart because I was just look at the paws, and that usually worked.
Tasha.
Couple more seconds.
Oh, she's good. Oh, she's super good.
Yeah, very quick. Yeah.
She's super good. That's mine. That's just mine. Good girl. Oh, what a good girl. That's a good girl.
This is going to be our last question. This is from Crafty. What is an interesting story about Tasha? We got plenty. Which one? Trying to think, because now that's off the top of my head. Now I have trouble. So obviously we covered earlier, and maybe perhaps you missed it, about the how she doesn't like to kennel up as much. She's doing a bit better on it, but she likes to turn kenneling up into a game. There have been several times where we had to stop putting her in pond because we couldn't get her back in. She figured out twice. She did this twice with me, and I think she's done it. She did it to you too, right?
No, she actually didn't.
She never did it to you. She did it to me.
She did it to me a little bit in pond.
I think it might have been Sarah. It was me and someone else. I think it might have been Sarah. Yeah. She figured out that, hey, pond is just one big circle. If I don't go into the little gated area, they can never get me. And so she sure did that to me, and that was a fun night. I had to get some folks to kind of block off her route, and we herded her in. That's a fun thing Tasha did. Mm-hmm. Also, the number of times I have had to crawl through her kennel door when we're trying to do ivermectin and frontline, because she knows the days.
Oh, wasn't she the girl that I brought to the puppy 5K? Was it Naomi or was it her? Because I had Wallace, and I'm pretty sure it was Tasha.
I can't remember. You had Wallace and one of the girls, but I can't remember which girl.
I just remember looking back at my car right after I closed it in with them two in there, and it was just shaking.
So the number of times I've had to crawl through doggy doors to leash her, to get her ivermectin in her front line, because she knows. I don't know if it's something that, in the cadence of my voice, or what.
She gets the vibe.
She just knows.
It's crunchy. You yawned and then it was crunchy.
Was it her or Deanna? I think during the first overnight I did. I think it was was either her or Deanna. One of them was the first one to figure out how to get up onto the futon.
She loved the futon a lot.
She did love the futon. It might have been, it was her, Deanna, or I think Wesley. One of the three of them were like the first like two to figure it out. Very good girl. We love Tasha. We love our little Tasha. No matter how much she makes us run around after her. Alright, I think that's all the time we got. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Sorry for the switch up on everyone. I know that might have been a bit confusing. I'll try to get a... I'll try to get a post ahead of time next week to let y'all know if we will be in here or not. We'll probably try for the arena just to see if we can get the new mic to work, and if that doesn't end up working, then we'll probably just switch to here. But once again, thank you all very much for tuning in, and until next time, everybody have a good night. Alright. Ooh, likes to sleep. Yeah. Oh, yep. That's great.